My beloved brothers and sisters, life is not always gentle. Sometimes it breaks us in ways we never expected. You may smile on the outside, but deep down your heart feels shattered. You wonder, why me? Why this pain? But let me remind you, every heartbreak carries a hidden message from the Almighty. It's not the end of your story, it's the beginning of your healing. When your heart breaks, it's often because Allah wants to draw you closer to Him, to purify you and to replace your loss with something far greater. So if your heart is broken today, pause for a moment, breathe, and let this message touch your soul, because the Almighty has not forgotten you. My beloved brothers and sisters, when your heart breaks, you might feel as though your entire world has collapsed. The laughter that once came easily now feels distant, and the dreams you held so close suddenly fade into nothingness. But I want you to know that a broken heart is not the end. It's the beginning of something sacred, a transformation that only pain can trigger. You see, the Almighty never allows your heart to break without purpose. Every tear, every ache, every sleepless night is part of His divine plan. He knows that sometimes we would never turn to Him if we weren't first brought to our knees. And so, He allows the heart to break, not to destroy you, but to rebuild you in a better, stronger, and purer way. Think about it for a moment. The people we love, the plans we make, the things we chase, we often attach our hearts to them, believing that happiness lies within them. But the Almighty knows how easily we get lost in this world. So, when He takes something away, it's His way of saying, you've placed your trust in the wrong place. Come back to me. The pain becomes a reminder, a spiritual awakening, calling us to return to the only one who never leaves, Allah. When He removes what you thought was good for you, He's making space for what's truly meant for you. What you thought was a setback is actually a setup for your spiritual growth. Sometimes you pray for something with all your heart, and when it doesn't happen, you feel abandoned. But the truth is, you were protected. The Almighty saw something you couldn't see. He saved you from a path that would lead to more pain, more regret, and more loss. You may not understand it now, but one day you'll look back and say, Alhamdulillah, it didn't work out. Because the one who created your heart knows exactly what it needs to heal. The key is not to lose faith when things fall apart. Don't let disappointment make you distant from Allah. Instead, let it draw you closer. Every time your heart aches, remember that your Lord is watching, and He's closer to you than you think. The pain is temporary, but the reward for patience is eternal. When you trust that your heartbreak has a purpose, it no longer feels like a punishment. It feels like purification. The Almighty doesn't take without giving. He doesn't test without reason. So, my dear listener, embrace the pain with faith. Say to yourself, my Lord knows, my Lord sees, my Lord will heal. Because no heartbreak lasts forever when it's handed over to the one who created hearts in the first place. What's meant for you will come in its time. And when it does, you'll realize that every crack in your heart was a place where the light of Allah entered. My beloved brothers and sisters, when your heart feels heavy and tears begin to fall, don't hide them. Don't think crying makes you weak. It doesn't. In fact, tears are one of the most beautiful ways the Almighty allows you to release what's inside. But the key is where you let those tears fall. Don't let them fall on the shoulders of people who might not understand your pain. Don't let them be wasted on those who caused your heartbreak. Instead, let them fall on your prayer mat, where every drop is seen, valued, and recorded by the one who truly understands. There is something deeply healing about crying to Allah. When no one listens, He listens. When no one cares, He cares. And when you can't even put your pain into words, He still understands every beat of your heart. The Almighty says, call upon me, I will respond to you. This promise is not limited to the good days when you are smiling and full of gratitude. It's also for those dark nights when you're broken, confused, and lost. Sometimes the most powerful dua is not made with words, but with tears. Every time you bow down and let your tears fall for His sake, you are actually washing away the pain from your soul. You're telling your Creator, Wa Allah, I'm tired. I can't do this alone. And He responds with mercy, peace, and strength you didn't even know you had. When you cry to Allah, you're not just expressing pain. You're showing faith. You're saying, I believe you will make it better. I believe you have a reason. Many people run to others when they're hurting, expecting comfort from those who are just as human and fragile as themselves. But true comfort, real healing, begins when you take your brokenness directly to the one who created you. You don't need the perfect words. You don't need long duas. Just speak from the heart. Say, Oh Allah, you know my pain. You know my silence. Help me. That's enough. The Almighty loves sincerity more than eloquence. Remember when the Prophet A went through sorrow and loss, he cried too. He turned to Allah in sujood, he raised his hands and he wept. Those tears were not signs of weakness. They were signs of a heart connected to its Creator. So when you cry, don't feel ashamed. Feel honored that your heart still softens for the sake of Allah. A soft heart is a heart alive. And know this, every tear you shed in secret is seen by the one who will reward you openly. Every time you cry out of love, fear, or longing for Allah, those tears will testify for you on the day of judgment. So let your tears be a conversation between you and your Lord, a conversation filled with honesty, surrender, and hope. Because no tear that falls in His remembrance ever goes unnoticed, and no heart that cries to Him ever remains broken forever. My beloved brothers and sisters, healing truly begins when you learn to trust the Almighty's plan, even when that plan doesn't make sense to you right now. When life takes a turn you never expected, and the people you depended on suddenly disappear. It's natural to feel lost. But the moment you say, I trust you, O Allah, something shifts inside you. The pain may still be there, but the anxiety starts to fade. Because deep down, you begin to realize that your story was never in your hands. It has always been in the hands of the one who knows what's best for you. We often think that happiness lies in things going our way, but true peace comes from believing that whatever happens is the best way, even if it doesn't feel like it. The Almighty's plan is filled with wisdom. He sees what you cannot see, and He knows what you cannot understand right now. Sometimes, He delays what you desire most, not because He's denying you, but because He's preparing you. Sometimes He removes someone from your life because that person was quietly damaging your soul. And sometimes the reason He allows heartbreak is to redirect you towards something purer, something that will bring you closer to Him. When you trust Allah, you stop asking, why me? And start saying, Wa Allah, guide me. You stop fighting the situation and start flowing with His decree. You begin to see every challenge as a form of care. Because if Allah didn't love you, He wouldn't test you. Every pain is personalized, every delay is deliberate, and every loss is designed to lead you somewhere better. The same Lord who gave you the heart that breaks is the one who will mend it piece by piece at the perfect time. Sometimes we trust people more than we trust the Almighty. We trust that a job will sustain us, that a person will never leave us, that life will go according to plan. And when those things fall apart, we feel shattered. But when you build your trust upon Allah, nothing can break you. Because He never fails, never forgets, and never disappoints. His timing is always perfect, even when it feels late. My dear brothers and sisters, trusting Allah doesn't mean you won't feel pain. It means you'll handle pain differently. You'll cry, but with patience. You'll hurt, but with hope. You'll fall, but you'll rise again, knowing the Almighty is holding your hand. So when your heart feels heavy and your plans seem to crumble, whisper to yourself, my Lord knows what I don't. That one sentence can bring you more peace than anything else in the world. Remember this, what you lost was never meant for you, and what's meant for you will never miss you. Allah's plan is always better. Not sometimes, not occasionally, but always. And once you truly believe that, your heart will find peace even in the middle of the storm. My beloved brothers and sisters, when pain enters your heart, it tests not only your emotions, but also your character. A broken heart can either make you softer or harder, more humble or more bitter. The choice is yours. The Almighty gives you pain not so you can turn away from Him or from goodness, but so you can grow through it. Many people, when hurt, close their hearts completely. They stop trusting, they stop caring, they stop praying. But that is exactly what you must guard yourself against. The pain you feel is temporary, but the effect it leaves behind depends on how you respond. If you respond with bitterness, you poison your heart. If you respond with patience and faith, you purify your soul. When someone hurts you, betrays you, or walks away when you needed them most, your heart naturally seeks justice. You may want to prove something or get revenge. But pause for a moment. Ask yourself, is that what will truly heal your heart? The Almighty teaches us that forgiveness is not a sign of weakness. It's a sign of strength. To forgive doesn't mean you approve of the wrong that was done. It means you value your peace more than your pride. You're choosing to let go of hate because hate burns the one who carries it. My brothers and sisters, when the heart breaks, it's easy to lose sight of who you are. But don't let the actions of others define your character. If someone wrongs you, do not let their darkness dim your light. Responding with anger may feel satisfying for a moment, but it never brings peace. Responding with patience and dua brings blessings you can't imagine. The Almighty says that those who forgive and reconcile are among the most beloved to Him. So when you feel like saying something harsh, hold your tongue. When you feel like giving up, remind yourself that every time you control your anger for Allah's sake, He raises your rank in paradise. The world will not always be fair. You will face people who take advantage of your kindness, who hurt you even when you gave them your best. But don't let that make you bitter. Let it make you wiser. Let it teach you where to place your trust in Allah, not in people. Because when your heart belongs to the Almighty, no one can truly break it. Pain will visit you, yes, but it will not destroy you. And remember, my brothers and sisters, every heartbreak is a test of faith and character. Will you let it harden you, or will you let it bring you closer to Allah? Choose softness, choose patience, choose peace. Because a soft heart is the one Allah loves most. Let your pain make you more compassionate, not cold, more grateful, not resentful. For the believer, even heartbreak becomes a means of earning reward and mercy. And that is how you turn pain into power. My beloved brothers and sisters, there are times when you ask Allah to fix what's broken. A relationship, a situation, a dream, but instead of restoring what was lost, He gives you something completely different. And at first, it hurts. You wonder why He didn't mend what you beg Him to repair. But over time, you begin to realize that sometimes Allah doesn't fix what's broken. He replaces it with something better, something you didn't even know you needed. That's because He knows what your heart needs far more than you ever could. He knows that what you lost might have looked good for you, but deep down it wasn't good to you. So instead of giving you back what broke, He gives you peace, wisdom, and strength, and those are far greater blessings than anything temporary this world could offer. You see, when Allah takes something or someone away, it's never to harm you, it's to cleanse you. Sometimes the Almighty removes certain people because they were blocking your growth. Sometimes He ends your plans because He's preparing you for something higher. You may not understand His wisdom right now, but He promises in the Quran that perhaps you dislike something which is good for you. What you see as a loss is often His protection. What you perceive as rejection is actually redirection. There's a kind of peace that only comes after heartbreak. A peace that's built on trust, on surrender. Oh no, you don't have to understand everything to believe that Allah is doing what's best. Many people think healing means going back to how things used to be. But true healing means finding contentment in what Allah has written for you. It means saying, even if it didn't go my way, I trust my Lord's way. The beauty of Allah's mercy is that He never leaves an empty space in your heart. When something or someone is taken away, He replaces that emptiness with something far deeper. Maybe it's patience, maybe it's maturity, maybe it's a stronger bond with Him. Some of the most peaceful hearts are those that once shattered but turned their pain into prayer. Every heartbreak can either distance you from Allah or bring you closer to Him. And when you choose closeness, you discover a calm that no person or situation can ever provide. So, my brothers and sisters, stop asking why Allah didn't fix what broke. Instead, ask what He's teaching you through it. Look at your life with the eyes of faith. One day, you'll look back and thank Him for not giving you what you wanted. Because He gave you what you've needed, you'll realize that every closed door was leading you to a better one. And every loss was preparing your heart to receive greater blessings. The Almighty never leaves a believer empty-handed. He always replaces pain with peace and loss with lessons that make your heart stronger and your soul shine brighter.